This past weekend saw the UK women's basketball team bring home an SEC tournament title, the first time in 40 years. It was a moment that highlights the determination of female athletes in the state and is a reminder for younger athletes that women in sports deserves praise, something that isn't always highlighted. Tonight on this International Women's Day, the story of one Mount Sterling woman and her efforts to shine a light on female athletes in Kentucky by giving them a platform all their own. With camera in hand, Tanya Witt, a sports photographer, is no stranger to capturing the highs and lows of both men's and women's sports. As a former basketball player herself in Montgomery County, she knows there was a time that if you were a female playing sports, you might not get a lot of attention.
Well, I played sports, you played sports. We played back when it was, from the ground up, and, you might have had the people that were in the stands were your parents. Nobody else came to watch you play.
From the high school to college level, Witt has seen female athletes in this state carve out a place for themselves, but she's also seen firsthand, many times from behind her lens, that it hasn't always been easy.
There's always a discrepancy. There's a lot of media folks there for men's and not so much for the women's. So, they put in as much work, forming their craft as men do, and so they deserve that extra exposure.
So Witt has set out to change that by creating Rise Up Sports Media, an online platform focusing on girls and women in sports to give them their own well-deserved exposure in what can sometimes be a very male-dominated world.
It really just empowering women. Women empowering women.
The online site features athletes no matter the sport, statistics, or talent level. Big name athletes like UK women's guard Ryan Howard serve as Rise Up ambassadors to not only celebrate the athletes but encourage them as well. This week, Witt will host the first ever Rise Up Sports Media Awards. Individual honors are named for some of the greats to have played in this state, like Leah Wise Pruitt, Cassidy Rowe, and Valerie Still. In fact, the Still I Rise Award named for the UK great is about more than just sports.
It's going to a female athlete in Western Kentucky that was affected by the tornadoes. They are having to rise above a lot of adversity, and so she is actually going to be in attendance for our awards program.
50 years ago, Title IX helped pave the way for a more level playing field for young women in athletics. What Tanya Witt is doing in the year 2020 is continuing that effort for female athletes all across Kentucky, reminding them to continue rising up and playing hard.
While that was tremendous help to female athletes, there's still a disparity. And so, we've got to shed light on that to get that playing field to be more even.
Well, the Rise Up Sports Media Awards will take place tomorrow afternoon at 4 at the Hilton in downtown Lexington. For more on Rise Up Sports Media, you can look for this story on WKYT.com. You can follow them on Instagram and on Facebook.